All right, we have director Sassy Mohen here with us at the How to Hack Birth Control screening. How are you doing tonight?
Good. How are you? Thank you for coming.
Excellent. Well, an exciting night for you. And coming up with an idea like this kind of through the pandemic
Oh
is
my God.
exciting, and it's along with your fiance,
Yes.
Vincent.
Yeah.
First of all, tell me about the story about the fiance. What came first, the movie or the boyfriend?
He definitely came first. We've been together for over 4 years now, and I love working with him. And let me just say, it is so refreshing to be with someone that you can just have a great relationship with as a partner, as a friend, as a coworker. You know, like, it's nice finally to meet a great guy. They exist, I promise.
Did the lockdown have anything to do with coming up with the idea of how to hack birth control?
Well, I actually had come up with it before COVID, but COVID in a way was, it was terrible, but it was also helpful in the sense that I was able to stay home and work more on the script, right? Like, I was still working from home, of course, but it actually really expedited the entire process. And I mean, the script itself was very organic. Like, I do a lot of social media commercials for companies, right? And a lot of the commercials are like Budweiser, how to hack, like, Budweiser at brunch or something. And I was like, okay, if people are interested in hacking things, what about hacking birth control, something important to women, right? So it's like taking the techniques I use in social media commercials, but using them in a female-driven comedy.
What part of your job doing social media type commercials helped with the script on this?
Oh my gosh, so much actually. And it's funny because when I started doing them, I never thought that they would inspire this type of stuff. But what social media commercials and commercials in general really help with is they teach you how to capture people's attention, right? Like different visuals to have or different ideas and how long retention spans last, and also SEO and tricks like that. And so when I wrote it for the first time, I knew I was making film and a fictional story, but I also was like, okay, let's make a commercial aspect to this as well, right? So it's like, instead of working more on the art, which is still there, it's like, let's make it commercially viable art, right? Like, that's the goal.
So my attention is always changing every 30 seconds?
Yes.
So you have a 30-page script.
Yeah.
Did you have to whittle that down from 100? Tell me about that.
Oh my gosh. I think I had to whittle it down. I really more, like, there's so much graphic effects in this that a lot of it was condensed because so much of it would come in post-production that did, and it was amazing to watch, and also just to write these lines that then actors brought to life. A lot of it was also improv, which I love doing with actors. There's so much fun in working with someone who's good at their craft and then being like, okay, so here's the idea, what do you think about it? And then they bring something really fun to it, and then you have a phenomenally better scene, and then you're like, that was a great idea, now let's do this, right? It's just upping the game. And so a lot of this was improv, and then I would say a lot of it was scripted, and it all just came together in a great way.
Well, Megan mentioned that the music, the actual soundtrack,
Yeah.
is done by your actors. Tell us about the process of getting your actors and telling them, hey, by the way, you're going to be singing in this.
Oh, yeah. Well, the singer in it, she auditioned for a part for singing in it. And, I mean, she was phenomenal. We listened to so many artists out there, and her voice stood out so much. She's kind of like Lizzo meets Billie Eilish in a way that I've never heard before. And I worked with this composer, Alex Butler, and he was great. And we painstakingly went through the song for months and months. There's two tracks in it that are particularly important, and I think it just turned out so well. I'm so happy with it.
So did you write the song? Did you write the music?
Yeah, Alex and I wrote it together. Well, he wrote the music. I can't say that I'm that great, but we came up with the lyrics together.
Well, Lizzo's lyrics alone are pretty crafty and funny, right?
Yeah, and the singer Annie Tracy, she added so much spice and pizzazz. Like, she threw in things in there, and I was like, ooh, never thought of that before. Yeah, let's do it, you know? So that was really fun.
Tell us what it was like to have Xanthe, of all the auditions, having this beautiful Xanthe come out and film.
Oh my gosh, I was actually just telling her earlier, her audition nailed it in the first one, and we had over 6,000 submissions for all the parts, which is a lot of people to go through. And when I saw her, I immediately thought she knew the vision, like, she got it. She understood the character, because the character is very cutting and very witty, which can be misconstrued as bitchy or mean or whatever, but she was able to pull it off in this likable way where it's like kind but also sharp at the same time, which is a very hard thing for female actors to do. And she nailed it, like, right off the bat. And it was funny because I was like, should we call back other people? I was like, okay, we should, just to be safe. And then luckily she was available to do it. Jackie was a pleasure to work with. She auditioned for a couple different roles, which made me know like she was excited to be part of the project. And I was like, okay, definitely one of these roles is good for her. It's a matter of figuring out the right one. And I think her part is so great. It's basically like a younger kid who's sort of doesn't speak very much, but I think represents a lot of like younger children who maybe don't, or children, they're like 18, 19-year-olds, but like who are uncomfortable voicing to their parents or to elders how they feel about birth control or reproductive rights or just their life or anything like that. And so it's her journey's kind of like near and dear to me because she's shy, and in the end she comes into herself and puts it all out there. I think it's great.
Well, coming from writing social media commercials, now you've dipped into making movies,
Right.
we'll say.
Yeah.
Do you have the bug? What's next?
Oh, next I'm developing a series. It's a post-apocalyptic thriller, so it's a very different from this one. I love with each film I do to try and do something dynamically different from the one beforehand. But of course, it'll be female-driven, so that's a given.
Well, Sassy, congratulations on everything, and have a great time tonight.
Thank you so much. Thank you.